So this is the armor that I purchased for the Jax 48-inch Battle Buddy, and instead of posting a bunch of pictures, I figured I'd just kind of explain it as best that I could. There are other videos out there that do that. But this is the top part. It's one piece, or it's two pieces. You can see the screws connect. I left those in. Everything else inside this piece I gutted, and I also widened the neck for my son during one of our fittings. I left these two screws in here so that we could just put it together. It'd be nice and tight, and I'm going to do some elastic down here at the bottom so you can see that. But it connects still real nice together. This will all be one piece. You can see paint chips all over the place. That's just battle damage, right? I had to cut the arms out just a little bit. As you can see inside, I'm sure there's craftsmen out there that could probably do better than I did. But I just made it soft. I was going to plastic dip the whole thing, but I did an experiment on one piece. It didn't seem to really do well. So anyway, you can see where all the cutting needs to happen. All these little edges that you see were all pieces of plastic that had to come out. I put Velcro. Anybody who's ever done any TK armor will notice some similarities. I used Velcro to attach the shoulder bell. So I'll go to that next. So here's that piece. This is the chest and back. Should eventually attach together. Shoulder bells. One of these was real nice. I didn't have to do any kind of carving on this one except for obviously the outside here. But I riveted. I use a lot of rivets everywhere, and the reason why is because I want my son to be able to play in it without having to worry about it all falling apart. So I'm not going for accuracy, film accurate. You wouldn't anyway with this suit, but it looks awesome when it's on. So Velcro attaches here. Same with the other piece. This one you'll have to gut. As you can see again, I left the screw in at the top, riveted. And there's a bunch of stuff you got to take out. Again, these are a real pain, but fun because you know what the end product's going to be. So another piece here attaches right here. So when it's together, you can see that. Okay. Ab piece. I'm still actually working on that. Here's some other guys over here. The reason why I can show it to you now, I can't take the clips off, but glued, not this bottom piece, this is just to protect, but I glued an inside piece to cover the gap. All these clips and this outside piece that you see with the markings on it's going to come off, but this is all one piece that you can see. I'll bring it over here. Nice camera work, right? All one piece. For the thighs, these are all riveted in. I riveted at the bottom. I'll paint all these rivets, but that way they're a little less visible. Still some painting to do on the black and stuff, just from working on it. Had to shave the thighs down, the boxes back a little bit. You got to shave those back a little bit so they can walk. But these Velcro at the bottom, riveted in. These will attach to the thighs. I've been asked a few things about the strapping or the suspenders. Just basically used these buckles here on either side. They're adjustable, front and back attached, riveted in underneath there. So essentially, sorry about the camera work, it goes over his shoulder like that. Okay, just like some of you use for TK armor. I also left in a lot of the screws, as you can see. We loosen those up a little bit. He slips right in, pulls the whole thing. He calls this his bulletproof diaper. So, anyway, there's that piece. Thigh pieces again, you gotta hollow them out. Lots of garbage to hollow out in there. I left the screws in because his thighs fit. They eventually won't, probably in a couple of months. And we'll have to figure something else out there. But I left the screws in so I don't have to clamshell it. He can slip these on. It has a few inches. We put a little bit of foam on the inside, just like I do on my TK armor to keep everything in place, and do it on his shins too. But you can see everywhere where it's rough, Dremel, 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 sand, sand, cut, cut. All right. These were straightforward. Again, some of them are hollow. I left some of the return edge on. Fits. Those are there. The shins were interesting. For my kid, he's got calves like me, so everything had to come out. Sorry. And what I did is I put a cover strip. That's the Anovos and me talking there. I put a cover strip on the inside, or whatever you want to call that, a shim. Glued it, some E6000. And then on the back, we're just doing an overlap deal here. The shins were a little bit big for him. So just Velcro on the outside. I probably should have used white. I didn't. Velcro on the inside. And they just clip right on. These gloves, cheap. Bought them at Amazon. They're official Disney costume gloves for a flame trooper. I haven't seen the rest of that flame trooper costume, but they look good and they work well. The gun came with the toy. Haven't done much custom work on this yet or anything like that, but probably will. Magnets on the inside, magnets on the thigh armor, and it'll clip right on. Somebody used earth magnets, so I'm going to try that. And then, of course, the knee pads right here. I riveted one side. We'll paint that. Excuse my dirty nails. It's from working a lot. Velcro on the other side. So that's essentially the TK, or not TK, the FO armor. FN3130's armor. All right, looking forward to seeing everybody else's projects.